Good afternoon. I'm a little late, but I'm here. I had a little bit of technical difficulties. So today we're going to talk about why you are not successful. Hi, ladies. Hello. And we're back again. Free Game Friday. Yes, of course, I'm being consistent. Yes. Okay. Oh my God. Yes, of course, I'm being consistent. I have to. Because I have to set an example, and today we're going to talk about why you're not successful, or basically these are the reasons why you're not successful. And I don't understand why these dogs are barking as soon as I get on here. But anyways, so I think this is kind of related to what we spoke about last Friday. Last week when we were talking about the level up not being a sprint but it's a marathon, and basically we talk about things that a lot of us are doing that is the reason why you will never level up. But this is one of the reasons why you will never be successful in life and why you will never meet your level up goals. Okay, these are I have 7 here. All right, so here are some reasons why you will never be successful. And again, this goes in this applies to every aspect of your life. Okay, it applies in your love life, career, relationships, etc., across the board. All right. So sometimes we think that we having problems, we having relationship problems, or whatever, or we struggle to move up at our job, or we haven't made that first step to open a business. Sometimes you think men are bad, and dating is hard, and blah blah blah. Dating is not hard. We are the ones that make dating complicated. It's not that hard. I mean, how hard can it be to just go on a damn date? Okay, but if you think that your love life is not going well, then these are the reasons why you may not be successful. And someone who is successful is successful is subjective, and you have to be the measure of your own success. All right. So number 1, and this is the most important one, you lack discipline. Actually, no, this is not the most important one, but this one is up there. You lack discipline. Okay, if you do not know how to follow a certain rules, or what's the word I'm looking for, procedures, etc., then you are going to struggle to become successful in whatever you do. For example, if you're a student and you lack the discipline to put your phone away, stop drinking and stop hanging out with your friends and take some time to study, then you are not going to be successful. You're not going to get that degree. You're going to come out flunking. And it goes across the board everywhere in life. The way someone performs in school will tell you a lot of how they're going to perform as an adult. So if you have teenagers right now, you got kids, pay attention to how they are performing in school and make sure that they get the right attention that they deserve. Because you may think that your child is functioning poorly because they're not very bright. Sometimes as we all know, a lot of students kids have some issues like ADHD, slow learning, delayed speech, all that type of stuff is what's going on with a lot of kids nowadays. I mean, you can do the research yourself, but you got to pay attention. And if you have like older kids, like kids like that are tweens or becoming teenagers, how they are performing in school is a clear indicator of how they're going to do in life in general. All right, so you need to have some discipline. If you lack discipline, you will never be successful ever. Okay. Number 2, you're lazy. Okay, and what a lot of lazy people love a quick fix. They don't know how to follow their own dreams and create goals and create structure in their life. And they what they love to do is have a bunch of excuses as to why they didn't follow through with their job, why they quit their job early, like why they didn't follow through with that business, why they started going to the gym and they quit after the first week, because they are lazy and undisciplined. All right, so if you're lazy, and another thing that lazy people love, as I said, they love quick fixes. They're always looking for the next quick thing They're always trying to get to the quickest way to success, and we all know success is not quick. Success is something that builds up over time. All right, as the old saying goes, there's no such thing as overnight success, and this is a fact. All right, so if you're lazy, you work on that. And sometimes, your laziness could be depression. So if you feel like you need to go to therapy, invest in that therapy. Ladies, you need to invest in yourself. Number 3, you are inconsistent. That's a big one. Okay, that is one of the keys to success, is consistency. So you'll see I've been here consistent every Friday, like I said, because I know I can do it, and I do not know why I haven't done this before, but I guess I was busy with other things, and I do have a lot going on right now, because I have events that I'm planning. I was invited to speak at an upcoming event coming up the next week, so I do have a lot going on. So I am very busy, but you still have to make that time to do what you need to do and do what you say you're going to do. Okay, so you have to be consistent. So if you are inconsistent, you are going to struggle to become successful in life, even if it's just you on a leveling up journey, or maybe you're trying to lose weight or whatever. If you are consistent, because this is I do not know why this is so hard for people to do, but ladies, you have to get past that stage where you lose interest and quit, because it's hard, and I understand, because I've been there too. I've been there. I've been the lazy one. I've been the inconsistent one. That used to be me. And again, if you lack the self-awareness and you can't really do some self-reflection and go within and realize what you're doing wrong, and realize that the external world is not the problem, that you are the problem, then that's a huge step in the direction to success. Okay? Another thing, you can plan. It can be tiring, hard, but it's doable. Yes. And once you get past the hard, tiring stage, it becomes easier and easier. Because the more you do something, the more easy it becomes. It just becomes easier, and you need to do it until it becomes like second nature. It's like basically part of your routine. Yeah? But anyways, another one is you cannot plan. Now, we have been studying the hidden rules of class for, I think, about 8 weeks on the Patreon. And one of what they say about poverty is basically people that grew up in poverty, people that come from generational poverty, struggle to make plans. Okay, so obviously you can tell they can't make a plan, they can't execute a plan properly, or they have terrible time management. That's another thing. If you have terrible time management, you are going to struggle to be successful. All right, so how does someone who lacks the planning skills, how does it manifest into real life? Let's talk about dating. If you ever talk to a guy and he's like, oh, let's go out or whatever, so basically he's asking you out on a date. If he turns around and asks you where you want to go, what do you want to do, what do you have in mind, it goes to show that this man is not raised well. He doesn't know how to plan, because if a man cannot plan a simple date, because a date is one of the easiest things to plan. It is too easy. It's not that hard to pick up the phone and call a restaurant and make a reservation. I've said this many times. All right? So if you do not know how to plan, okay, and you do not know how to execute a plan, you are going to struggle to be successful. And I've seen this many times with people from my family, because you all know that my family is a family of generational poverty. We never had wealth in my family, not that I know of. I think there was some wealth in my mother's side of the family, but on my father's side, definitely not. Yeah. But one of the things that I noticed about like my cousins or whatnot, like one of the things that Caribbean people love to do is when they're trying to raise funds, they love throwing a barbecue. And basically a barbecue is where they sell tickets, okay? They print the tickets, they sell the tickets, you buy the tickets, and then they deliver the food. Okay, you don't have to go to the barbecue. It's not there's one place that you have to go. what they do is that they would make the barbecue. It would be lunch, and they will deliver the food to different workplaces, different people, which doesn't really make any sense to me when you think about it. Like, why not just get a venue and, you know, charge people to come and eat at the same time? It doesn't make any sense. But it sounds simple, right? You know, you cook some food, you sell some tickets, you cook some food, and you deliver the food. That sounds simple, right? But this is how poor people fail at planning. Tell me why sometimes you don't get the food at all after you paid for the ticket. You never get a refund. Or tell me what, and when you call them up, they're like, oh my God, girl, you won't believe what happened. It's a disaster, blah, blah, blah. This has happened to me, like I'm speaking from experience. It's a disaster, and you know, the driver that was supposed to come and pick up the food and help me deliver the food, he did not show up, and it's a bunch of drama, and everything is a failure. He should plan different options. Yes, absolutely. You look so pretty. Thanks, girl. Yes, so everything can't be a damn failure. Like, what the hell is going on? You need to get your act together. So, and planning a barbecue is so simple, okay? You get the food, you cook the food if you have to, or hire someone to cook the food, hire a reliable driver to deliver the food, have a backup driver if that driver, like, I swear to God, like, these people, they struggle because they have this plan, they do not know that they have to have a plan B. They just can't execute a plan to save their life. Okay? So, like, if you do something and it's a disaster, people are going to be looking at you and people are going to be saying, yeah, that's just one of her silly little ventures. It's not, nothing is going to come out of it. People are not going to have much expectations of you. Okay? And if you cannot plan, you cannot recognize patterns, you cannot predict, etc., etc. So, there you go. You have to be able to plan, make a plan, set goals, create structure in your life, get a routine, okay, because this is a routine. Every Friday I come here and this is a routine for me. Okay, number 5, you do not read. All successful people read. Whether you like it or not, this is a fact. All successful people read, and they read several books a year. When was the last time you pick up a book and actually read something? And I'm not talking about fiction. I'm talking about self-development books, you know, books that is going to help you. This is why these people are successful, because they're reading the right books. They actually read, and they read the right books, yeah? So if you do not read, you need to start reading today. There's a reason why I have a book club. You all know how to join. I'm not going to go into it anymore because you ladies already know. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the link in the description and come join the Patreon so that you can have access to the book club. All right? Number 6, you lack self-awareness. This is a big one. If you lack self-awareness, you cannot learn, you cannot see your mistakes, because people who lack self-awareness, they always have someone or something to blame. It's never their fault. Nothing is ever their fault. They always have someone to blame or something. Oh, my parents didn't do this, or my parents didn't do that. My boyfriend don't want me to do this. Like, they always have someone to blame and an excuse, because they are never the problem. Okay? In psychology, they call that narcissism. They're never the problem. It's always someone else's fault. It's always something that is always beyond their control, because they are the victim. If that is your mindset, you will never be successful, ever. Ever, ever, ever. And the last one is, you are unteachable. If you are not teachable, how would you learn? How could you learn if you're the type of person that cannot be taught, because you know everything? Someone says something like, oh yeah, I know. Or someone says something like, oh, you know, men are like this, and you will jump in and be like, oh, not all men, my daddy's like this, and my daddy's a perfect man, and my brothers and everybody in my family, like, okay, that may be so, but you can't invalidate other people's experiences, because you will never learn anything if you have that attitude. So, you know, I can recognize people like this in the groups, in the comment section, the way they speak, etc. I can recognize people like this, people that will never be successful, and I'm like, yeah, I see it. So at the end of the day, ladies, if you think that your dating problems or your relation problem is because of men or it's because of society or whatever, sometimes it's not. That may not be the case. It could be you. It could be you. The problem could be you, because at the end of the day, you are the common denominator. Add fear of failure, procrastination. Yes, you ladies can add in the comment. Okay, so Melania is saying, add fear of failure, procrastination. You will never be successful living in fear and self-sabotage. Exactly. That is true. If you are afraid of failure, because on the picture we did a meeting about the 6 basic human fears, and I talked about it, and I basically explained all of it, and I basically shared examples of how it can manifest in your life, in your everyday life. But a fear of failure is one of those things that is going to keep you unsuccessful. A fear of what other people are going to think about you is another way that you can become unsuccessful. All right, so if you care about what other people think, or you're afraid of failure, or you're afraid to be seen, like you're very talented, and that people will appreciate your talent or your whatever thing that you're good at, but you don't get up and post it on social media. You don't post any pictures anywhere. You don't talk about it when you meet people, because you have, I don't know, maybe it's imposter syndrome, or maybe you have this fear of being judged. Whatever it is, you need to stop being like that. Ladies, you need to develop some audacity at the end of the day, because there are people that are way less talented than you, have less money than you, less educated than you, but you know what they have? They have the audacity. That's why they're out there being successful. Because at the end of the day, you do not have to be super duper smart to be successful. You just need to have enough audacity to put yourself out there. So there. That's a good one. Thank you, Melania. Any more? Ladies, you're free to post yours in the comments, and I will read it out for the people that are listening to the replay. Okay, and of course you can ask questions, because this can also be a Q&A. Not vetting who you take advice from. That's a good one. How do you vet who you take advice from? Okay, for example, a lot of y'all take financial advice from broke people, dating advice from people who are not even in a relationship, or people that can't maintain a relationship to save their lives. A lot of y'all were taking advice from Derek Jackson, and most of y'all didn't even know he was married. Okay, didn't even know he was married, because when I found out that nigga was married, I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. So like, where was his wife all this time? All I knew was he was the guy that people would post on Facebook, and I'll see him sitting in the car, giving women relationship advice. And the whole time, most people did not know that man was married until the scandal broke, yeah? So, another thing, if you take an advice from your financial advice from your boyfriend or your husband, and you know for a fact that that person is not good with money, like they don't have a lot of savings, like they literally have no money, no savings, no investments, nothing. Why would you take a financial advice from someone like that? And this is one of the reasons why I rarely ever give financial advice, because I personally believe that I'm literally the last person that you need to take financial advice from. When I learn about financial things, because I am still in the process of educating myself in finance. Okay, I'm also the last person that you should take hair advice from, because I don't even know how to do my own hair. That's why I wear wigs all the time. You can take advice from me about skincare, because I'm pretty good at that. You can take advice from me with makeup, and of course you can take level of advice from me, because I have done it, and I do not struggle with men. Clearly, I don't struggle with relationships. I read a lot, and I do have a lot of wisdom, because I am older. As you all know, I am basically middle age. So yeah, I would take advice from me, relationship advice from me. But other than that, other than skincare and other stuff, I wouldn't take advice from me. So that's a good one, Julie. Thank you for that one. I think a lot of these issues come from not having high self-esteem or self-confidence. This requires inner work. Most folks don't want to do the inner work, too hard or too scary. Yeah. And doing the inner work is not easy because do you know how what's the word I'm looking for? It's very disarming and disconcerting when you find out that you were the problem all along. Because your entire life you swear that everything is the problem. Your parents, society, your race, your gender, blah blah blah, yada yada. You think you're the problem. You think all of that is a problem, but then in reality, it's not that stuff. You are a powerful being, and there I go going metaphysical and spiritual, whatever. You are a powerful being, and you create your reality. And there's nothing in the external world that can stop you from becoming what you want to be. The only person that can stop you is you. Take all advice with a grain of salt and trust yourself. Okay. Yes. Why do women struggle with consistency and discipline? Went on vacation and my productivity has fallen. All right. So, why do women struggle with consistency and discipline? Let me try to answer that question, because I can probably pull example from myself. I remember when I was inconsistent and I struggled with discipline. I was unmotivated most of the time. I was unmotivated, and I just felt like it was just hard, like I really didn't want to do it. Like I wanted, I guess I was dependent on luck or just dependent on something to happen. And I remember in my 20s or whatnot, like I was in this pursuit of finding someone to rescue me from my life. Okay, like finding a man to take care of me. So, and we also grew up in a culture where, back in the day, women were taught to get a husband, and your husband will take care of you. And once you get a husband, like you don't really think about your goals or anything like that. You just think about, your husband and taking care of your husband, and your husband becomes the center of your life. Yeah. So what you will see is a lot of women wouldn't learn things, like they wouldn't learn financial literacy, because we talked about that in our series on how to hide money from your husband. They just wouldn't learn because the husband is just doing everything for them. But from speaking from experience, I was just hoping that I would just come across some luck and things will happen to me and things will just fall into place. I do believe that everything is going to work out, but I just feel like if you're not proactive, then you are what you're doing. The only thing you're doing when you have that mindset is you're basically keeping yourself back. So you need to be what's the word that she used? Okay, you need to be consistent and disciplined, because it's hard. It really is hard. But the more you do it, the easier it becomes. Because nobody who is successful, they wouldn't tell you it was so easy and it was a breeze and it was a walk in the park. No. And also, if you are creating from consciousness, you should get that nudge to an action. And they call it inspired action in the law of attraction community. So if you want the action that you're taking that is towards your goals, if you want it to feel easy, you need to go by inspired action, because once you take an inspired action, it doesn't feel hard. Okay? Because can you imagine if I wasn't consistent? I wouldn't be sitting here today, because I started off in Facebook. And I'm going to give you another story. I remember some years ago, my husband had this conversation with me, and I was so mad at him, y'all. I was pissed because I felt attacked, y'all. He was like, you got nothing going on. We've been married for, I don't know, maybe 3 years or whatever, and nothing has changed. I keep telling you that maybe you should go back and, get an education, get a degree, go back to school, whatever. You keep trying this and you keep trying that, and you're spending all this money doing this, doing that, and you're not sticking with anything. Basically, he was saying that I'm trying a bunch of different stuff and I'm not consistent. Like I took his money to go learn how to do nails and stuff like that. I went to work in a spa and I hated it. I started selling jewelry. That didn't go well. I mean, I sell the jewelry, but I hated it. I was doing makeup. I got tired of that also. So yeah, I was trying a bunch of different things, but I would just quit. I wouldn't see through to the end. So I'm like, you know what? He's right, because I was angry, and he was right, because I had to swallow my pride and really check myself. So what I did, I had already started my YouTube channel and everything like that. This was back in 2017. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to keep posting. And I hated posting on YouTube because nobody was watching. Nobody was watching. Okay. And then I started, my Facebook group. I started going live. And I was consistent in there. I wasn't getting any money for it at all. I had side hustles. And at one point, I even took up a job. And I was working at that job full time. But on my day off, I would dress up, put on the makeup, do my hair, get on camera, and go live in my group. And back in those days, my teeth was jacked up. This was before the braces. Listen, I came a long way. If you've been following me from day one, you saw how far I've came. And I'm telling you, if I gave up on that stuff on the YouTube and on the Facebook and the level up and everything like that, I wouldn't be here sitting here sharing this story with you. So choose something and be consistent with it and show up every single day. Okay? That's the only, being consistent and showing up is literally the key to success, because it is not talent, it's not luck, it's none of those things. You have to be consistent. Thanks for sharing your personal experience. It helps to hear this. Okay, I really hope it was helpful, because I wasn't consistent with anything. I was all over the place. Before I got married, I wouldn't keep a job for more than a year. I would start working, and then in a few months I would quit, and I'll be doing like odd jobs here and there. Like it was a hot mess, y'all. Okay? And this was still going on in my 30s. I'm in my 40s now, and since I changed that about me, and since I become more consistent and develop more discipline with myself, I've noticed that I'm a lot happier. I feel better about myself. I feel more confident. And, if someone asks me what I do, I'm like, oh, well, I do this and I do that. Like, it's not like that, People know me for this one thing. How did I actually do it? I just did it. I got up every day or a few times a week, filmed a video, sat down and edited a video and posted it, even when nobody was watching. There was one time there was like 100 people in the group. I would get up and I would go live almost every week in the group. That's how I did it. So Mona Lisa, I do not know if you heard what I said. I don't understand what you're asking me, but how did you actually do it? That's what I'm telling you. Do you understand now, Mona? Like I said, choose something, keep doing it, be consistent. What did you do to change your mindset? I didn't do anything. Over time, my mindset started changing. Okay, because my mindset was not the same. My mindset was basically the same. But, I just felt like, because I didn't like how the way my husband spoke to me, even though he was telling me the truth, it just really, I don't know, like that felt like, I can't explain how that felt, but it really hurted my pride, y'all. It really hurt my pride, and I just sat there and I steamed and I thought about it, and I'm like, oh my God, he's so right. He's so right. I'm a mess. All right? So I didn't do anything to change my mindset. I just choose something and I just keep doing it until my mindset just changed. This is true. I've been super tired lately, but discipline is a form of self-love, so I need to keep going. Yes. Taking consistent action changes your mindset. You have to move. Yes. Okay, makes sense. Do you have a routine that sets you up for success? Let me give you a routine to set you up for success, okay? What you need to have is something that you're really good at. You need to start doing that, and you need to create a routine of when and what days you're going to do that. Let's say you have a job, but you love doing this thing that you love doing. let's say you only have time, like you have one day off a week or 2 days off or whatever. Let's say Tuesday is going to be the day that I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to put aside time in the day, even if it's just an hour or 2 hours, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do this every single week. Okay? You need to have a hobby or something like that. So you need to dedicate time or a day or an hour or something within the week doing that hobby. You need to wake up at a certain time every day if you can, because that's part of your routine. People have routine. People who are successful, they have a routine and they have structure in their life. They're not staying in bed until 11, okay? They're not doing that. So I'm not going to say get up at 5 a.m. because I'm not doing that. I'm not saying get up at 5 a.m., okay? So my routine is every Friday I come on here, but this is a new routine. Every Saturday is the book club. Every week I have this particular day just for filming. Okay, that's a routine. So if I know Wednesday is my filming day, Wednesday is going to be my filming day. I'm not going to take any engagement. I'm not going to go out. I'm not going to sleep late. I'm going to make sure that I get up, get dressed, put my makeup on, and get dressed like as if I'm going to work, and I get it done. All right? And if you're going into the gym, that also helps with, being consistent and staying motivated. All right? So if you know you need to go to the gym 3 times a week, you get up and go to that gym 3 times a week at the same time on the same days. That is a routine. How long did it take for your mindset to change? Girl, I don't know. But Mona, if you would like, you can what you can do, Mona, because I do not know what your situation is. The only way I will know is if we have a conversation. What you can do is DM me and book a consultation with me. And let's get to the bottom of the issue, because Mona, I know you have it in you and I know you can do it. But maybe we just need to unlock some kind of blockages or something that you have going on, because I had blockages too. All right? She is wildly free. This is basically what she said. I love her comment. Taking consistent action changes your mindset. You have to move. Yes. Get involved, ladies. Join an NGO, like a charity organization or something. But go out there and get yourself together. Stop scrolling on your phone for hours, because one of the things that we don't talk about is how many hours we spend on our phone, how many hours we sit on Netflix binging, how many hours we stay on these dating apps swiping. These things are designed to steal your time. And when your time is being stolen from you, because at the end of the day, it's fun. It's all fun and games scrolling through social media because it's fun. You see funny things, you share whatever. But you pay attention to how you feel afterwards, because sometimes you do feel drained, you do feel tired, because these things are drawing energy from you. And you need to conserve your energy so that you can invest that energy in yourself. Okay? You need to invest that creative energy, because these things are designed to take from you and leave you with nothing, leave you an empty shell of yourself. Sometimes you have to just step outside of yourself and just do it. Sometimes the analysis of paralysis stifles you. Yeah. So I know it's not hard, but ladies, you have to be proactive and you have to you need to take the first step. Most people already know what they need to do to be successful. You overeat, which is why you're not losing the weight. You're going to sleep at 2 a.m. in the morning when you should be going to sleep earlier than that. You know that you spend too much time on social media. You know that you stay in the house when you should be going out. Everybody knows what they need to do. Okay? Back then, I knew that I needed to get my act together and I need to be consistent with my goals, because I had no goals. I didn't have any tangible goals. I was just doing things because I was thinking, well, okay, if I do this, then this is going to be the one thing that's going to make me successful. If I do that, yeah, this is it. But and ladies, I encourage you to evaluate your life and evaluate where you're spending your time and your energy, because we know what we're supposed to do. We know. Deep down we know. So it doesn't matter how many questions you ask me, how did I do this and how did I do that? You know, because I'm not you. You know deep down what you need to do to make the changes in life. Okay? And the easiest way to get there is to start investing in yourself. Start creating structure in your life. Learn how to plan, set goals, make sure you write your goals down. Be consistent. Okay? If you say you're going to do something, make sure you do it. All right? Don't be wishy-washy or flaky or unreliable. Honor your commitments. These are the ingredients that make you a high-value person. Because we do not like men that are not consistent. We don't like lazy men. We don't like successful men. We don't like men that lack discipline. We don't. Especially when it comes to like sexual discipline. We don't like that. We just don't. And you don't like those qualities in men, but then you also have those qualities. So make it make sense. It's like maybe you don't like yourself. So, if you want men to show up consistently in your life and, and be reliable and dependable and, be a good provider and, pour into your life, you need to be doing that for yourself. You need to be investing in yourself, invest in your education. If you know that if you go back to school and finish that degree, it's going to make things better for you, you need to go ahead and do it. Because too many people want quick fixes. Yes, a degree can take up to 4 years or maybe even more, depending on what you're studying. But think of how many times, like you all will be in a relationship with a dusty for 10 years, but worried about a 4-year degree. Oh, how long it's going to take? That's going to take too long. I mean, if you have been in the community like since 2018, 2017, think of how long you've been in this community. That's longer than a degree. Okay, a degree program. So things takes time. All right. For me, it didn't happen overnight for me. The first time I made money doing what I was doing, well, in this level up thing, I started in 2018, and the first time I made money was in 2020. I was doing all of this for free. Okay. YouTube, the first time I make money in YouTube, I started in 2017, and I didn't make my first check on YouTube. I didn't get my first check on YouTube until sometime in 2018. I remember I became an Amazon affiliate, and people were using my codes and everything like that, and they were buying stuff, and I was getting the commission. And I had money sitting in that account that I couldn't withdraw because I didn't have a US bank account. Because I live in the Caribbean, so these are the kind of blockages and hurdles that we in third world countries have to go to jump through, these hoops that we have to jump through. You all are in the United States, the land of opportunity, and you out here struggling and can't figure it out. Think about someone who is in a level up journey, and they're in Zimbabwe, somewhere in Asia, in some village. They have their phone. They get on their phone and they come in the groups but they're doing it, they're making it work. So at the end of the day, I had money that I couldn't withdraw for like 2 years because I didn't have a bank account, a US bank account. I'm not a US citizen. And then one day in my group, someone posted Payoneer. And that's how I was able to withdraw that money from that account. That was success. So, there are a lot of affiliate programs to this day that I cannot even join because I'm not a US citizen. I can't receive PR packages because I'm not in the US. Because if someone was to send me a PR package, I'll have to pay for it. I'll not only do what I have to pay for the shipping, I would have to pay the import and duty tax on it, which costs a lot of money, and it's not worth it. To me, it's not worth it. So those are blockages that I have to deal with. Okay, external blockages and internal blockages also are things that you will have to deal with. But most of your problems are internal. Okay, most of your problems are self-inflicted. Most of your problems is your mindset. So you need a mindset shift. Okay? And if you're cheap with yourself, like you don't want to pay for a consultation, you don't want to pay for the book at Amazon, you're running around the internet looking to download it for free, and like you have this mindset that you gotta get everything for free, that in itself will is basically a blockage. It is blocking your success. You have to have an abundant mindset. If you don't want to pay for that university education because it's too expensive, or you don't want to go into debt, or you don't want to pay for that online course, whatever the issue is, or you don't want to pay $5 to join the Patreon, but you will pay $20 a month. Like, look at your priorities and think about why your life is the way it is. Because I've purchased several courses, online courses, that helped me out a lot. And think about it. I live in Trinidad. I don't even have US dollars, so I have to convert my little money to buy these courses. But it's an investment. Okay? How to get rid of internal blocks? You have to identify the blocks first. God, I do not know what the blocks are because they are different. Okay? For example, if you have a block about money, let's say an internal block about money is believing that money is hard to come by. If you believe that money is hard to come by and you're resentful towards rich people, that is blocking your wealth. That is a block. That's an example of a block. So I do not know what your internal blocks are. But every block is different. You have to identify the block. You have to identify the core belief, which is the block, and you have to change it, which takes time. Okay? You change it by reprogramming your mind. And how do you reprogram your mind? Is by through repetition. You say affirmations, you listen to videos, you read books. Because we are programmed all the time. When you see an ad over and over and over, what do you think that is? That's programming, because they know repetition. You see something several times, or you say something several times, it's going to stick. Say your affirmations. It's so good. But yeah, I mean, Mona, I do not know what your internal blocks are, so I can't really, tell you. But I can give you, some guidelines. I mean, this conversation got deep, y'all. Because I didn't think I would still be here. It's almost, my bangs. Like, my hair is doing the most today. Like, I don't even know anymore. During my bachelor's, we started with 200 people and only 10 to 15 people finished. 10 to 15 people finished that degree. Yes, it was that hard. Wow. Can you imagine? 10 to 15 people from 200 people. This is how... And you see, the thing is, when you really think about it, it's not really that hard. It's just hard because, we have all these blocks and all these distractions. And we have these belief systems that make us think that we can't do it. But ladies, like I said, I gave you this affirmation a few weeks ago. Before you embark on anything, before you do anything, this is the affirmation that you need to say. It is easy and I can do it. It is easy and I can do it. Today's live was so good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. The Matrix is targeting women, and it will never stop. Okay? Don't worry about the Matrix. Worry about you, because you allow the Matrix to have power over you. And I don't like using that term Matrix, y'all, because I just feel like a lot of people are using this term, especially these alpha male podcasters, like the Andrew Tates and them. They talk about like the Matrix, like, and some people that I'll be talking about that be crazy. All right. Yes, it is easy and I can do it. That's the affirmation you need to say, ladies. It is easy and I can do it. Everything works out in my favor. Yes. Will this be uploaded on YouTube? Of course. Of course it will. Hi, Terry. So, I mean, I'm glad you ladies are here. And, look, the reason why I'm doing this consistently is because I want to show you ladies what it takes for you to be successful, okay? Because I started that SaaS channel, I think it was about 3 years ago. Yes, about that time. And I've posted, like, listen, I have been posting on that channel though. I've posted hundreds of videos on that channel, but most of those videos are unlisted videos. So those are the videos that are on my Patreon. Only my Patreon members have access to those videos. So those of you that are on my Patreon, you know that I've been posting on that channel consistently, but I haven't been posting public videos. So I'm like, you know what? I want to change that. I want to start posting more consistent. And I don't really enjoy editing videos. I really don't, because, you know, I'm very busy. So, you know, I like when I go live, I can just take the video and post it there. So at least I'm posting something. Okay? And, you know, I still do, you know, edited, pre-recorded videos ever so often. Like I did one earlier today. And, you know, once we get off this live, I would like you ladies to go over there and watch the video. The video about the woman that went on the date and ordered 48 oysters. And she was slurping and gulping it down. It was embarrassing, y'all. So super ghetto. Yes, I saw the lady in the Cheesecake Factory, and I'm working on a video on that. Don't worry, it's coming. It's definitely coming. All right. Like, maybe, you know what? Maybe I should share my opinions about the lady in the Cheesecake Factory, and, you know, maybe just cut the live in two and make 2 videos. That's like the lazy girl way, but no, I wouldn't do it. I'm gonna do a separate video just for that, because I have some things to say. That oyster freak. Hepatitis incoming. What's okay? I don't understand that question. The slipping, girl, the slipping and the moaning. Oh, like, y'all, I'm like, this can't be real. The lady that, okay, I did a poll in the Charm group earlier today. If you're not in the Charm group, hit the link in my description and come and join the group. Make sure you answer the questions, because if my admins gets to you before I do and you don't answer the questions, they are going to delete you. If you're listening on YouTube, the link is in the description below. But here on Instagram, it's in my bio. Just join the free Facebook group, the Charm And Opulence Finishing School group. But I made up a post in there because I'm like, when I watched that video about the lady and the cheesecake factory thing, first of all, that video was so hard to watch, y'all. It was so cringe. Did you all watch the whole video? It was painful to watch, because you know why? The guy was being so nice. He was being nice, you know? And she is not making it easy for me to defend her, because I can't defend this. I can't defend that crazy behavior. I can't. Liver disease from raw oysters. Ooh. Oh my God. That can never be good. Like 48 oysters, that there's no way that is healthy. Okay. But yeah, that video was very difficult to watch, but I forced myself to watch it, because I know, because like when I first saw it, I'm like, I scrolled. I'm like, I don't want to deal with this right now, because I don't want to be triggered. And then I saw it popping back up again. I'm like, okay, let me just sit and watch this video. No, what she did was unacceptable. And then you posted that man. Did you get that man's permission? We'll talk all about that. Imagine you were, and that's another thing, like, how are you surprised? Like, how are you, like, don't you all ask these men where they're taking you all, so you'll know what to dress, what attire is appropriate? Don't you all ask these questions? How are you showing up at a date and being surprised by where you take it? And then, you know what, let me save it for the video. Imagine you're a man sitting from across from that, you'd be so grossed out. I hate people without manners. Yes, she has no manners, 0 manners. Did you watch the video? I posted it on my channel. I basically talked about, I reacted to it and shared my thoughts. But yeah, 0 manners. And yeah, I don't blame him for walking out. Okay, I don't blame him for walking out. Let me leave and go watch. Hold on, we're going to get deleted from the group if what happens. No, if you applying to join the group, okay, there are some questions, screening questions that we ask everyone, and you answer the questions. If you do not answer the questions at all, you're not going to get in. Or if you don't have a Facebook profile picture, or if you have a brand new spanking account, you need to explain why. or maybe say you came from Maria's life or something like that, because listen, we don't know who you are. Men that ask you out on a date at 4 p.m. are married. I wouldn't be surprised. I ain't seen the cheesecake lady. Terry, it's so painful to watch. She gave him PTSD and trauma. Who, the cheesecake lady or the oyster lady? Because y'all, the dating scene is in shambles. Gluttony is not cute. And not only did she order 48 oysters and slurp down all those oysters in one sitting. She ordered more food. Like, she ordered 2 other meals after that. I don't know. You all know how I feel about the way people react to food. And, if you understand the hidden rules of class, you can tell a lot about a person by the way they react to food, their relationship with food, etc. I could not take the Cheesecake Factory girl because those sunglasses look like they were from Dollar Tree. Sitting up there in that green dress, the dress looked too tight. She looked overweight. She looked inappropriately dressed. Too much titties, like there was too much cleavage and some purple lipstick. And you all know how I feel about them braids. I don't like, this is my opinion, I do not like braids and baby hair on grown women. Braids are vacation hairstyle. You going swimming. Unless you're in Africa, and that's part of your culture. You gotta remember we live in the West. And braids, in my opinion, okay, because you can have a different opinion, that's okay. I'm not going to be mad at you. If you like your braids, that's fine. You do you. At the end of the day, you do you. I personally think that braids on a grown woman, I don't know, it's something off about it for me. Baby hairs is another one. Like, what are you doing with baby hairs? Like, why do you have baby hairs? You are grown. That baby, like, listen, that hairstyle with the baby hairs and the stick it down with the toothbrush and stuff like that, that's what we used to do in the 90s when we were teenagers. Back in my day, we would get relaxer and put it on our edges, and we will do that baby hair. That's what we used to do in the 90s. As soon as we got out of high school, we were done with that shit. It's juvenile. The potatoes and croquettes look good though. I can't wait to watch your response. Okay. And ladies, share the video, okay? Because I'm trying to get to 5K subscribers. If I had a ghetto bar, I'd hire her to do my ads. And that's another thing, because I know I did share my conspiracy theories about that video. So, and one of them was, I think it could possibly be an ad because the way it was set up, and I don't know. But I reacted to the video as if it was real. So, and I shared my thoughts and advice. Did you see the video of the woman crying because her husband of 15 years started watching Kevin Samuels and told her she's not his dream girl and he doesn't find her physically attractive after 4 kids? Nope, I haven't seen it. And you know what, girl, that man don't want you. Cut your losses and leave. Level up and find someone who wants you. Maybe she ate her date too. I'd be having indigestion after all that food. Like, I do not know her stomach like y'all. I wonder if it's even real, because who can down 48 oysters? That's a lot of mercury. It's too much. Oyster lady secondhand embarrassment. It was funny though. Like, I couldn't stop laughing. That accent and the way she was slurping, oh my god, it was hilarious. This is secondhand embarrassment, oyster lady. Like, come on. Yikes, all that at the Cheesecake Factory. She's like, this is a chain restaurant. Ladies, he brought me to the Cheesecake Factory. I can't go in there. There was a head shop here in Portland that was getting robbed. The worker pulled out a gun and chased him out. They turned it into an ad. Only in America. Only in America. And them places were piling up. Girl, the cheesecake girl had an over-inflated view of herself. No class, bad communication, and not looking classy either. The guy seemed decent. Yeah, and she was an hour late. An hour late. That's another thing. I've never been late for a date in my life. Never. And the reason why I would say never is because the rare occasion where I knew I wasn't going to make it, I would call ahead and rearrange the time. So I was never late. Who is white? Girl, get your free cheesecake. I haven't posted a reaction yet. It's coming. Oh my God. I haven't posted it yet. I will post it. Okay, don't worry. I haven't posted it yet. But I need to get that oyster thing out of the way. So anyways, ladies, it's been a little over an hour. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for coming to my live as usual. And of course, I'm going to be here next week, Friday, as usual. Free Game Friday. I will go live from time to time, like, maybe if I feel like, doing a live on a Monday or something like that and I have the time, I will do it. But Friday is going to be the time that I come on here and I go live. All right? So I'll see you all here next Friday. And for the ladies that are in my book club, we are back in the book club this Sunday, the day after tomorrow, at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'm looking forward to seeing you all in the book club, and I'm looking forward to the book that we have chosen. I will post it in the Charm group, but I did announce it in the Charm group, by the way. But I will post the name of the book and tag everyone so that you can start reading. Okay, so ladies, I'm gonna see you all soon. Bye.